So for this video here, we're going to talk about choose your own adventure stories using Google Slides. So for my example, I'm just going to use the same bee story from my stop motion animation video. You don't have to do stop motion animation to create choose your own adventure stories. I just thought this would be a really easy way to kind of transition from my story for my bee and just add on a little bit more. But students can make their choose your own adventure any way that they like, even if it's just a simple slide presentation. So just to recap from my last video, I expanded it a little bit more where the bee actually makes it to the sunflower. And then he eats something and then he is ready to go. So I'm actually going to go back to my editing slides here. And you're going to notice that I actually expanded it a little bit more, but I expanded it in two different ways. I have my bee friend going now towards a beehive. And I also added some slides where he's actually getting more food. So we're going to have a decision here of either going back to the hive or going to go find more food. And I labeled those in the speaker notes just to kind of help with organization as well. It's just kind of helpful for planning. And then the students or myself can continue on to the story, actually making it to the hive and making it to the sunflower. So I'm actually going to go back up here to my slide where the bee made it to the honey. He says that he's ready to go. I am going to actually do one more duplicate here. And now I'm going to add some text. So I'm going to go to my text box button. I'm going to add some text up here. And this is where we're going to ask the reader, what will the bee do next? For choose your own adventure, we want the audience to make a decision. So I'm actually going to make this text a little bit bigger. I'll even bold it. And for my two options, I'm actually going to go to my shapes. And I'm going to find this one here where I think it almost looks like a button. And I'm just going to make two quick buttons. And I'm actually going to copy paste it. That way they are the same size. There we go. And then within these little buttons, I can say back to the hive or find more food. So the great thing about Google Slides is that I can actually link these two buttons, not only to links to other websites, but I can actually link them to another slide within the same slide deck, or even link them to a slide in another slide deck. But since I created these other slides here within the same deck, I'm just going to link them directly in here. So this first one, where he starts to go back to the hive, starts at slide 37. So I'm actually just going to click this one here. And I'm going to click insert link. And they give you two options of next slide or first slide. We can actually just start typing in slide, and we know it's 37. So I'm going to start typing in 37, and we're going to click this here. So now that links directly to slide 37, and it will just continue on. And then for the find more food, we're going to do the same thing. Insert link. Actually, I'm going to double check which slide it was. It's actually slide 46, so I'm going to make sure that I do that properly. Go back up here. So where he finds more food, insert link, slide 46. There we go. And what's important is that we test this out. So I'm actually going to stay on this slide here. We're going to open up slideshow. And then once we click the find more food button, that should bring us back to here. Perfect. Exactly what I want it to do. And one last test here where we go back to the hive and he continues to the hive. Perfect. So I can finish off those two parts of the story and then continue on some more choose your own adventure from there. So that is how we can do that. Like I said, you don't have to do stop motion animation to attach it. I just thought it would be an easy way to kind of connect the two videos. So by all means, give it a try.